Hi Taurus, welcome to Ami Tarot. My name is Sharena and this is going to be your self-reflection tarot reading. So today what we are going to talk about is what is on your mind, what have you been thinking a lot about as of recently, or what do you need to reflect on in the next coming days that could be important to you, okay? So as I shuffle for your first oracle, I would like to ask for you Taurus if you would go ahead and please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your bell notifications so that every time I upload a video you will not miss out, because all of my readings are for every sign because you are every sign. So wherever you have Taurus energy in your chart, just apply this message wherever it applies for you, if it does. Okay. So let's see. What is it that we have for Taurus to reflect on? The oracle that I am pulling from is Decoding Your Fears. This is the one I felt guided to pull for you. Have you been afraid of something? Has something already happened that you were afraid of happening? Let's see. What is it that Taurus is reflecting on at this time? All right. So you are being told to not assume people know what you were thinking. Honest communication is required. Okay. What are you afraid to communicate? Like there is a need or desire that you have that you are afraid of communicating. Okay. For some of you, this could be something that you are afraid to communicate with your partner. And the reason that I say that is because, for every sign that I record for, they have their own extended reading, their part 2 reflection, so to speak. And for you, Taurus, the one that I felt guided, the one topic I felt guided to talk about for you was your love life. So especially if you are in a connected relationship already. So if you already have like a significant other, a spouse, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, have you, that reflection is especially going to be for you. But even if you're single, you can still watch it. So to go ahead and see how this is going to relate to your part 2, I'm also going to be pulling from the Soulmate Oracle to see exactly what is it that you could be afraid to communicate to your partner, or just afraid to communicate in general. So let's see, what is it that we have? Okay, that's too many. I really can't decide which is which. What else do we have for Taurus? We healed, we forgave, we released the past, and then we met. We healed, we forgave, we released the past, and then we met. So some of you could be afraid of repeating the past with your new connections. Didn't I just talk about this with Leo? I think I did, yeah. Because I think Leo has something about healing first before they meet new people. Whereas I feel like with your situation, especially if you're in a romantic relationship already, Taurus, you're afraid of repeating old things with this person, or maybe old things that maybe you two have already like hashed out, and old problems resurfacing, right? So maybe you're afraid of communicating something because you feel like it's going to open up an old wound that was to not ever be spoken of again. But do you want to speak about it because maybe something hasn't healed all the way? Maybe you didn't voice yourself completely. Okay. Let's see. We're going to talk more about that in the extended, but let's see what else is it that you need to communicate more of, that you're afraid of. Because if you just assume that the other person is going to automatically know where you're coming from or how you feel or what you're thinking, I feel like problems are going to arise from that. You can't just assume. You got to make sure that you all are on the same page. And I feel like some of you forgave a situation, forgave a person just so that peace could be restored, but peace hasn't been restored because the issue is still surfacing beneath this facade of healing that you all did. Okay? So a situation, you're not done and over with it already. But anyway, let's see, what is it that we have for Taurus? Why is this coming out? All right, so they don't have to like you, but demand respect. And then it came out with financial failure. Or some of you feel like you're not getting equal respect because you don't get paid the same? Or you didn't make it as much as you were expected to? Now you feel like you're getting treated differently? Or you expect to get treated differently? Thank you. Okay. Oh. I feel like actually some of you, especially financially, Taurus, some of you have surpassed somebody and you don't want to fluff any feathers, or you don't want to, oh, some of you are afraid of looking like you're bragging about your success. You don't want to appear too successful than your your associates, because the last card that you got out is you deserve better and you're going to have better. Maybe you already had better than what you did, and maybe there are people who don't like you for it, but they have to respect you because whatever it is that you got better, you earned it. You put effort towards this, especially if you recently came out of some financial failure. And let's say that you're still on this path to coming out of that. Don't let anybody discourage you just because they look down on you in condescending ways. Because once you surpass them, they're not going to have another reason not to like you and try to look down on you, when at that time they got to look up. Okay? But I feel like some of you, like I said, you could be around people where you feel like you can't talk too much about your success or your achievements. Okay. Let's see. Why is this coming out? The Taurus. Why do people not like Taurus right now? What is this? Or why does Taurus think that other people don't like them? Okay. We got the Ace of Wands. And then it came out with the High Priestess. Can I get one more? Thank you. And then we got the Five of Swords, but it's also in reverse. Even though it's in reverse, that Five of Swords, I still don't like it being there, because it definitely let me know, that let me know that people have been like trying to embarrass you or one-up you or make you feel little in some way, when I feel like you've reached a point they can't do that to you anymore. They can't talk to you like that anymore. They can't treat you like that anymore. They can't make you feel like a small person anymore, because you've proven yourself bigger. You've proven yourself brighter and better, and you are doing better. Which is why they have no choice but to respect you, even if they can't like you or don't like you, because they see that you're on a path to success. The Ace of Wands is an urge or the motivation to take action towards a successful endeavor. And if you do take effort towards that, likely that's what you will have, success, right? And you have done that. And I feel like you beat odds. You beat the odds that were set against you. I feel like other people looked at you as if you didn't stand a chance, or you had little chance, little resource, little support, but yet you still made a way, or you are making a way. And people are maybe just confused by how you were able to do this. Let them be confused that it's not for you to explain. You are just meant to just keep doing what you're doing, okay? So maybe you need to also just not focus on what other people are assuming about you. And if anybody want to make anything known, or they want to ask any questions, they can come to you and talk about it. But just assuming what he say, she say, they said, that don't matter. That is none of your concern. Okay? Not everybody needs to know your financial business. I heard not everybody needs to know your business in general. They don't need to know what you're doing, where you're going, where you're headed, why. There's a lot of questions, again, because I feel like people are trying to make a logical sense of something that they feel like made no sense for you. That's none of their concern. Continue to trust your instincts. Your instincts are literally on fire. And when I say that, I mean like they are accurate as hell. Whatever your intuition has been telling you recently, Taurus, you need to seriously follow it. Especially if you feel like it's going to make your situation or your circumstance better, or put you in a better position in life. Trust it. Okay? Because have the Ace of Wands, which is already a natural instinct to do something, followed right by the High Priestess, which is a person or individual who's tuned and tapped into the subtle energies that be. And if you know how to, tune in well enough, you know how to communicate with those energies are telling you and how to navigate through it. That paired with the Ace of Wands, your instincts are naturally in line with, the way that a plan is unfolding for you. I feel like there's a plan or a path unfolding for you. And if you trust your instincts, that path is going to be greatly favored for you. So it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying and what they got going on or what they're assuming about you and your situation. Let them assume anything they want. Okay? Let them talk their shit, because That's all they're gonna have in the end is shit. Honestly. Some of you also need to negotiate a better pay because your skills say you are the bee's knees. Your resume say that you are the bee's knees. So if somebody try to lowball you with a low salary or a low position, negotiate better. If they're not willing to give you better, walk. Do not be underpaid. Again, demand respect. Demand the pay that you are owed, or that you know that you can equal in service and in action. Okay. So because there is something going on with the finances, let's get a financial deck here. I'm gonna use the career money. Yeah, something about your coworkers or the people that you like. Maybe some of you literally have a team that you work with, like a set group, like a set team. And I feel like they didn't expect you to, but you're taking the lead in some way, or you're navigating some in a certain direction, and it's a good direction. And I feel like a lot of people didn't expect this from you. And now they're like, whispering and shit. Let's see, what else is going on for us? Honest communication is required. However, I feel like people are going to keep it very vague with you. They're not going to try to work as effectively as they could with you because, again, they look at you as little potatoes, and I feel like you're not, and you keep proving yourself that you aren't, but it's just like, I don't know. People just stuck in their ways, stuck in their failures, I feel. All right? I feel like you're being asked to take risks, or you already are taking risks, and the risks are paying off, literally, because we got money on the table. The risks are paying off. And you see how they crumbled? I feel like people are frustrated because they have no choice but to watch you put your money where your mouth is. And they see you doing that. They see you putting your best foot forward. And it's paying off for you, literally. These risks are paying off. And they really thought that they were going to have something to laugh at or talk bad about. They thought that they were going to use you as an example, but they can't. If they are going to use you as an example, they have to use you as the best example. Not from the earth like they expected to. Yeah, because it literally, it fell right on top of each other. This is what other people expected. Financial instability, financial failure. And I'm not going to lie, maybe at one point you were in this space, but you're not staying in that space, or you're no longer in that space. You're in a much better space, or you're headed towards that. Yeah, literally, you're headed towards that because you're reconstructing your financial stability, or what it is that you do for money. Some of you are likely going to be relocating for work in a better space, in a better office environment, work environment. Maybe some of you may work outside, or you work with people abroad. Okay, what else we got? Somebody just assumed that you have an open schedule. Remind them that you have a life too, and that you're going to need certain things at certain times off, or to dedicate to other areas of your life, and that you can't just dedicate 100% or 99.99% to this one thing. Yeah, like I said, I said this earlier, the leadership. Yeah, you're taking direction, or you're taking the lead in some group or in some team, and a lot of people didn't expect that from you. You decided to raise your hand while other people decided to stay quiet. Okay? And I feel like you're showing others that, look, you're not really meant to take orders from nobody. You're meant to give them. And what people didn't expect from you is that you give orders really well. Okay? Yes, literally, teamwork is coming out again. You are literally working with the team, but I feel like the team is working with you, honestly. And the reason that they have no choice but to respect you, because they see that the things that you are taking risk on is actually creating golden opportunities. And not just for you, but for them too. So they're like, oh, well, shit. Yeah, oh, well, shit. Be quiet and follow the lead. Dirt, which is you. If you do get a chance to work abroad or to work in a new work environment, definitely take that, because I feel like you're going to be in a much better space. You're going to be doing much better work that you feel more passionate to, and you're going to love it. So if you get that opportunity, especially if it's a leadership role, maybe some of you might get promoted. Right after a time when you were down and out financially, it's going to be a complete 180. Yep, you're going to be put in the spotlight. Unexpectedly, maybe. And if it's something that you want, let other people know that this is the position that you're after now. Like, yeah, I know I was part of the team, but now I want to take on more of a leadership role. Well, then let them know that. Say, hey, I want to apply for this position. I want to take this chance. I want to take this risk. I feel like people will eventually listen to you. Maybe they won't take you as seriously at first, but once they see how dedicated you are and how serious you are about this, then I feel like they're not going to have any choice but to listen, because they're going to see that actually you're a great fit. So it just needs to be spoken about first, that's all. Okay. So any other final advice? Whatever it is you are thinking right now, Taurus, especially if it's a question, I'm about to give you an answer with the answer, Ask the Universe deck. Any other final advice or final answers for Taurus before we move on to the reflection and talk about their love life? Very possibly. Or very possible. I said very possibly. Very possible. If you ask, more than likely it will be given. Will it work out? Very possible. Yes. You're just being told to be patient. Yep, be patient. But definitely things will show up in time. However, things remain uncertain. And maybe they're only uncertain because they're not spoken about. Again, honest communication is required. Don't assume that other people know what you're thinking, or don't, take on other people's assumptions. So those are your answers to whatever it is that you had in your mind. But let's go ahead and talk about your extended reflection now. With this, we healed, we released, we forgave the past, and then we met. But something about that still says, I don't feel like we healed yet, or I don't feel like the healing is actually complete, and we decided to act like it was the whole time we're pretending because we're really still hurt. I feel like that's what we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead, click that link down below. If you want a personal reading from me, my services are available in the description box, as well as my Patreon for more reflective content. And make sure that you look at the other videos, because you are all the signs. So until next time, bye.